So the Swiss stage of Masters Santiago is officially over. We have the last two teams that made it into the playoffs, and I was so close, but yet so far when it came down to the predictions. Let's have a look. So, these are the last two games that were played, just played earlier today for me. NRG versus Team Liquid, that was a 2-0, and G2 versus T1, that's also a 2-0. So the only game that went to 3 maps this entire Swiss stage was Paper X NRG. It's pretty crazy. Let's start with NRG Team Liquid. This game, if you didn't see my video yesterday, everything in my brain was telling me NRG is gonna win, but because I believe Liquid to be my dark horse of the tournament and I had them making it to the playoffs at the start, I doubled down, and God, was I wrong. Liquid put up a pretty good fight on Breeze. Wayne had a pretty crazy 4K eco clutch. Maybe not clutch, but 4K quick play, I guess that's what you call it. Pretty crazy from him that I saw that clip. And then Abyss, it was not much of a fight. Playing the Harbor here for on the side of Liquid. I believe it's not the first time they've played this comp on Abyss. Oh, it is actually. It is the first time they've played this comp Abyss. Okay, well, clearly it didn't work out very well. Even after the Harbor buffs, still not a very good comp. In general, I think the Sky, so far no scan. It's not gonna work out too well. Would like to see them change the comp, but it doesn't really matter actually. Abyss is going out of map pool. Yeah, on the other side, NRG played really well. Kiko had an amazing game, especially on the Breeze. Just kind of took over against his former team, and might affect some of my VFL selections later. We'll have to take a look. Anyways, that's it for NRG Liquid. Congrats to NRG for advancing to the playoffs. Next, we have G2T1. Now, G2T1, first map on the Breeze, was a pretty swift destruction on the for the side of G2. It's a 13-6 victory. T1 didn't look too good in general, I would say. Leaf and Jogamo here putting up big numbers to get the win. Baby did pretty well as well, so did Trent. Trent with the 11-11 scoreline, looking pretty good. And well, on the other side of Haven, it was much closer. Very close fought. 16-14 victory for G2. As you can see, it was a 10-2 comeback for G2. They won pistol, lost the eco, won an eco of their own, and it's kind of lost a string of rounds, and then won a string of rounds of their own. T1 get 2 rounds, had hit match point, failed to close it out, and then the overtime begins. Very crazy series, amazing resilience and comeback by G2. Trent absolutely popped off here. And yeah, rest in peace T1. Kinda had this coming as well in my predictions yesterday. I believe that T1 would be worse than G2, and I don't think that T1 would rise up to the occasion this tournament, despite a lot of people ranking them and rating them very highly. I thought that they would crumble, and I think it went better than I thought it would for T1, but they still didn't make it too far. Not too much red flags, I think, for T1. They definitely can bounce back in stage 1 and make London, definitely, and maybe even go on a run there, but we'll have to see about that. So that's it for the games that has concluded in the Swiss stage. Now let's head over and look at the first round games for the group stage, for the playoff stage, sorry. So Nongshim got to choose first. They chose Genomates, which, is that a wise choice? But is choosing any of these teams first really a wise choice? It's really difficult to tell. AG went next and they chose G2. Reasonable, I guess, but that means G2 gets to play 2 Chinese teams this tournament. I believe this will be their second Chinese team that they will be playing, and Furia left with a choice of Paper Rex and NRG decided to go with Paper Rex. I believe that will be a pretty good game to watch. Might even be the match of the week to watch out for. I'm not sure, but BBL NRG should be another good one to watch. Very interesting games that has come out here. these teams are all really strong. I'm worried for the first seed teams coming in. The group stage teams look really good right now. If I were to pick someone who looked a bit weaker, the weakest one from the four that made it through Swiss, I might have to say is G2. They lost to Paper X. They beat T1. They beat what did they beat? They beat XLG. Um, those teams I don't think are that good. So I'll have to say the weakest currently might be G2. But I don't know, man. I don't think AG stands a great chance against them as well. As you can see, we're going to go into pick'ems just a little bit later. But these are some crazy games. Nongshim versus Genomates, I would say, are two tournament favorites playing each other in round 1 of the playoffs. Absolutely crazy. Furia versus Paper Rex. That's a dilemma for me, cause you know I've been on this Furia hype train, hype panther, and of course I'm gonna support Paper Rex. I always support Paper Rex. So that's another dilemma for me. BBL NRG should be cinema as well, but we'll have to see. What I eventually end up picking in the pick'ems, which we are gonna do right now. Now this is a playoffs bracket, the full playoffs bracket, so we're just gonna have to pick everything, including the winner. Now, if you saw my video on like before Santiago started, I made a prediction of the winner, and I picked Nongshim. So I'm not gonna deter from that. I'm gonna stick to what I've said. Again, I'm doubling down like I did for Team Liquid. So it might not end well, but we'll have to see. Now, I'm not gonna touch Nongshim mate first because I feel like that's a very difficult game to predict. I think for G2 AG, we all kind of know how this is gonna go. G2 will be taking that game. Furia Paper Rex. I feel like Paper Rex are kind of on a heater. Furia's coming in cold. As much as I love Furia, I have not predicted them to win a game yet this season, this year, and they keep proving me wrong. So I want them to keep proving me wrong, and therefore I'll pick Paper X in this game, and you know, any Fury victory is a good day. So I should not predict them to curse them. That's my strategy going into this. And as for the last game, BBL NRG, I'm kind of favoring NRG here, especially with Kiko heating up. It's really crazy. It's gonna be tough to beat NRG. It's gonna be tough to take them down. Mada and Kiko seems like they're in great form. The rest of the team are still good as well. Ethan seems to be having a lot of moments as well. Not saying BBL don't have those moments or those players to match them. They definitely do, but again, you're beating a completely warmed up NRG who took down some played some tough teams and took down some, you know, pretty tough teams as well. So I'm gonna favor NRG here. And as for the upper quarterfinals, I feel like at least one first seed team is due a win. Genomates looking very good, of course, making it through the Swiss stage flawlessly. But I believe that they will have some trouble against Nongshim Red Force. I think they will have some trouble against Nongshim Red Force because Genomates, although they look very good, they still have some shakiness to them that I believe Nongshim can find the gap and exploit. Now, let's do the uppers first before we move down to the lowers. Nongshim versus G2. This is a pretty simple one for me. I don't think G2 are at their peak right now, so I think Nongshim would just take them down. As for Paper X NRG, it's a rematch from the Swiss stage, and I believe the outcome would be the same. I'm favoring Paper X over here. Next, let's do the upper final. Nongshim Paper X. I'm gonna give this one to Paper X actually. It's pretty crazy, I know. I picked Nongshim to win the tournament, but hold on. I think you already know how this is gonna end. But I think that in this first time that they're playing, Nongshim would be caught off guard by how Paper X are playing. Despite the run that they went on to win Pacific kickoff, they have not played Paper X, Nongshim. So it's still gonna be tough for them to adjust, despite, you know, being from the same region and whatnot, playing other teams trying to imitate their style. But Paper X, you know, it's a different beast when you actually play them in a match. So they might be caught off guard by that. I think it'll be a close 2-1 for Paper X in the upper final. Now, starting off the lowest, I think not much debate here. General Mates are gonna beat out AG. Not too big of a surprise there. As for Furia BBL, keeping up the trend. I don't want to curse Furia, so I'm gonna pick BBL. And I think logically, if you look at the first seed teams and you were to power rank them, according to expectations and names, and so far how they've played throughout the kickoff tournaments, I think you would rate BBL higher than Furia. As much as I love them, I have to keep repeating myself. I love Furia. I have them going out with no wins, but they keep proving me wrong. So I'm hoping that happens again. Okay, next moving on to lower round 2. NRG General Mates is honestly a banger game. But I'm favoring General Mates over here, despite NRG actually looking really good. I feel like General Mates, they just have it in them. They have something in them. And similarly, on the other side of the bracket, BBL will beat out G2 to set up the General Mates BBL rematch again. However, this time, I think General Mates actually has it in the bag. I think General Mates has it in the bag. I think General Mates wins this rematch and loses out to Nongshim in the lower finals, and Nongshim will win the grand finals. Okay, this looks so strange from me. Okay, I actually have some reasoning as to why these matches happen, but some of it is just hope and belief and what I want to happen. So it's a little bit mixed in there. But what's a pick'em without some biasness in it? And basically anything can happen in these things, you know. Anything can happen in these things, so even if you lay out perfect Valorant logic, any upset could happen. So this is my pick'em. I'm locking it in. Feel free to let me know where I went wrong in this pick'ems in your opinion. Yeah, grill me in the comments if you like. But we have one more thing to do, and that is to change our VFL team. So currently we are on 129 points. Not doing too great, honestly. Pretty hot start, but if you look at where I am on the leaderboard now, I'm in the 3000s, 3328, 129 points. Comparing ourselves to a talent, I believe I've been overtaken by quite a few people. Yeah, Van Silly is on fire. Siligi is 140. I've been overtaken by Sideshow, which is very important, and TMV is not too far behind. So I gotta clutch up here. I gotta clutch up and make some banger changes. We gotta transfer. So first thing is we definitely have to transfer out Wade, but he's 7 cost. I'm not sure who we want to change to. Do we want to get Glyph? We can't get Glyph because I don't think I want to change Starkzo or Mini. I think Artzin might be a shout. Artzin might be a shout for 6.5. That might be a shout, but we have to look. I think the first change I think I would make is I would get Jing for Francis. I think Francis at 9 cost, honestly a bit of a crime from TMV. I know I want Francis, so I think this is the best slot for him in the duelist slot. So I'm just gonna make this transfer right now, getting Francis in for Jing, and that gives me 0.5 VP back, so I have some more VP to play around with. The question is, who do I want to change out next? I think I want to keep Leaf. I think I might have to get the Vi. I kind of want Envy. He's been popping off this tournament. Or do I want Kiko? But it's a bit crazy to not have any Paper X player. I don't think I can go without having a Paper X player. Okay, I think I'm gonna go Artzin. Do I wanna go Artzin? Well, I can't really go anyone else. RB? No, I think I'm gonna go Artzin. And I'm gonna go for Kiko. Is Kiko gonna get me more points? I believe he might. No Paper X player though. Oh god. Let me have a look again. They're playing BBL. What did I get? What did I print? They would face Paper X. I feel like I'm gonna regret not having Kiko, but also not having a Paper X player is pretty crazy. Kiko is performing so good though. He's performing so good. Let me just quickly look at it. Let me just quickly look at his stats page. Comparing the stats for both Envy and Kiko. Let me pull these up real quick. How long has Kiko been doing? So we know he popped off against Liquid here. How do you do against Paper X? He's still top right, kinda. Highest rating. Or do I go for Envy? Envy, who has been putting up monstrous performance map after map. That might be the play. That might be the play. You've already seen that. How did he do against G2? Why is this not loading? Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Okay, let's see Envy in the G2 game before we make our decision. He did pretty fine, I guess. It's not... Do I think Paper X is easier? I definitely have PRX going on a further run. So I definitely should go for Envy here. I should trust my pick'ems. I'm gonna go for Envy. I'm gonna do it. And those are my 3 transfers for the week. Remember to make yours. The deadline is when the game starts tomorrow. So remember to make your changes for VFL. Feel free to flame me for my delusional pick'ems, delusional VFL picks, and I just need to beat TMB and Sideshow, man. I gotta keep this name alive. So that's about it. And honestly, this tournament has been so tough to predict. It's been rough. But it's been somehow quite entertaining, even though it's all 2-0s. So I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.